Welcome back to our channel. Today, we dive into the intriguing world of the royal family, particularly focusing on Prince William. A story has recently been making the rounds that's piqued our interest. Prince William, second in line to the throne, has been openly discussing his plans for when he ascends to the throne. This, while his father, the current king, is still very much alive and fighting his own battles. The media has been quick to label William as a visionary, praising his forward thinking and modern approach to monarchy. But let's take a moment to consider what's really happening here. Is it merely forward thinking, or is there a touch of political manoeuvring involved? Is William simply being proactive, or is he subtly pushing his father into the background, positioning himself as the main act? But is Prince William really a visionary, or is there more than meets the eye? Opening. In the world of monarchy, actions speak louder than words. And what are Prince William's actions telling us? Are they merely the actions of a future king, preparing for his reign, or is there more to it, when an heir to the throne begins to plan and publicly promote his vision for his future reign? It's not just about being proactive, it's a political manoeuvre, clear as day. William seems to be positioning himself as the main act, while his father, King Charles, the actual ruling monarch, is relegated to the background. In the monarchy, timing and deference are paramount. Respect for the reigning monarch should always be the first order of business. However, William's actions seem to say, don't focus on Charles, look at me. I am the future. Is this truly the vision of a future king, or is it opportunism? Then there's the media's portrayal of these actions. They label William as modern, refreshing, a man of the people. But imagine if Harry or Meghan were to speak in such terms, outlining their visions of power. The media would be quick to label them as arrogant, entitled, even traitors. The double standard is glaringly obvious. There's also a somewhat darker implication. Speaking this way while his father is unwell suggests a metaphorical killing of the father, overshadowing him before his time on the throne has truly ended. It's a subtle power grab, and one that the media seems to be aiding with its glowing headlines. Closing. Could these actions be viewed as opportunism rather than vision? The reality is that these actions tell us more about palace politics than any glossy headlines ever will. So, is Prince William truly a visionary, or is he prematurely claiming a throne that isn't his yet? Either way, it's a fascinating insight into the politics of monarchy. The media plays a significant role in shaping our perception of the royals. In the case of Prince William's forward-thinking declarations, the media has been quick to paint a picture of a modern, progressive prince ready to take the reins and steer the monarchy into the future. They applaud his initiative, they admire his audacity, and they rally behind his vision. But let's take a step back and consider the context. If Prince Harry or Meghan Markle were to do something similar, would the media's reaction be the same? If they were to publicly voice their plans for the monarchy's future, would they be hailed as visionaries, or would they be met with accusations of arrogance and entitlement? The answer, quite frankly, is indisputable. The media would likely not be so forgiving. They would brand them as presumptuous, as overstepping their bounds. The headlines would scream of betrayal, of a lack of respect for the established order. This double standard is a glaring example of the media's selective storytelling. The media, in essence, acts as a mirror, reflecting and amplifying the narratives it chooses to. In this scenario, it has chosen to amplify Prince William's narrative, painting him in a positive light, while it remains highly probable that it would have chosen to reflect Prince Harry or Meghan Markle in a less favourable one. This discrepancy in treatment is not just about favouritism. It's about the media's role in shaping public opinion, in creating heroes and villains, in deciding who gets to be the visionary and who gets to be the usurper. It's about their power to manipulate the narrative, to decide who we should admire and who we should criticise. This stark difference in treatment raises questions about the media's role in the narrative. It begs us to question, to scrutinise, to look beyond the headlines. Because in the end, the story is not just about the royals. It's about us, about the narratives we consume, and the narratives we allow to shape our perceptions. There seems to be a darker undertone to Prince William's actions. As we delve deeper into the shadowy corners of power and influence, we begin to see the unsettling implications of his public proclamations about his future reign. This isn't simply about a prince dreaming of his future. It's about a son disregarding the reign of his ailing father, King Charles. Let's pause for a moment and consider the symbolism here. In literature and psychology, there's a concept known as killing the father. It's not about literal patricide, but rather the metaphorical act of overshadowing, undermining, or in this case, prematurely replacing the father. It's a bold, even audacious move, one that suggests a hunger for power that can't wait its turn. It's important to remember that power isn't just about the throne you sit on or the crown you wear. By speaking so openly about his future reign, William isn't just planning ahead, he's shaping the narrative, controlling the conversation. He's not waiting for his turn to rule. He's staking his claim, marking his territory. And what of the media's role in all of this? Are they simply observers, impartial reporters conveying the facts? Or are they perhaps unwittingly complicit in this power grab? When they publish glowing headlines praising William's visionary thinking, are they not also helping to push Charles into the shadows? Are they not also helping to kill the father? The media's role in shaping public perception is undeniable. They have the power to make heroes or villains, to shine a spotlight or cast a shadow, and in this case it seems they are all too willing to help polish up this power grab, to present it as something modern, refreshing, even necessary. And so we must ask ourselves, is the media complicit in polishing up this power grab with glowing headlines? And if so, what does that say about the true nature of power, influence, and control? So after all this analysis, we are left with one big question. We've talked about the politics of the monarchy, where respect for the reigning monarch should be paramount. Yet we've seen Prince William speaking openly about his plans for when he becomes king, while his father, King Charles, is still very much alive and in power. This isn't just forward thinking, it's a political move. It's a calculated step to position himself as the main act, subtly pushing his father to the background. This isn't vision, it's opportunism. We've delved into the role of the media in shaping this narrative. They've painted William as modern, refreshing, a man of the people. But we must ask ourselves, would they have been as lenient if Harry or Meghan were the ones speaking about what they'd change in power? The answer, most likely, would be a resounding no. The hypocrisy, it seems, is stunning. We've also looked into the darker undertones of William's words. Speaking this way while his father is sick feeds into the metaphor of killing the father, overshadowing King Charles before his reign has truly run its course. It's a subtle power grab, and the press seems all too willing to polish it up with glowing headlines. And now we come to the crux of the matter. Is Prince William truly being a visionary, or is he prematurely claiming a throne that isn't his yet? If he is a visionary, his actions could potentially be seen as a fresh approach to monarchy, shaking up the status quo and bringing a breath of fresh air into an age-old institution. His plans could be seen as a roadmap for a brighter future, a clear vision for the next phase of monarchy. But if he is prematurely claiming the throne, his actions could be seen as disrespectful, not only to his father, the reigning king, but also to the monarchy itself. It could be seen as him undermining the very institution he's going to lead one day, and that, dear listeners, could have far-reaching implications, not just for the royal family, but for the country as a whole. So we're left with two contrasting scenarios. On one hand, we have Prince William, the visionary, who's planning for the future and shaking up an age-old institution. On the other hand, we have Prince William, the premature claimant, who seems to be undermining the very institution he's set to lead one day. So, what do you think? Is Prince William a visionary or a premature claimant? We'd love to hear your thoughts.